Ocala, Florida. Welcome to NGN News Live. You're here with me, Alexis Lugo, and I'm here with
Cassandra Medina. I feel like I have to emphasize that because
why?
I don't know. Tell me why. How about the cameraman tell me why. Emotional support guy, tell me why I'm emphasizing that. It's because on that fatal Friday night where we recorded, someone misspelled my last name. Apparently, it's not Medina, it's Mendoza. Who did that?
Honestly, I don't even think they realized it.
No.
You're like the only one that probably like brought it up.
Everyone knows that is not my last name.
But you know what? Whoever did it, come now. Come forward.
Speak up.
Speak.
Or forever hold your peace.
All right, it was me.
Okay.
It was me. Okay.
I felt.
But I didn't edit it. They asked me, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Mendoza.
So I mean,
that's how it happened. You know, things happen.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna assume that you guys were like, man, I wonder what Cassandra's last name is. Oh man, literally. I mean, I bet the smart thing to do would just to text her. But let's not do the smart thing. We're just gonna guess, right?
You're a busy woman. Why would I bother you with these, simplicities?
My last name's Medina. M-E-D. I almost forgot to spell my last name.
See? Isn't it so easy to forget?
M-E-D-I-N-A. Throughout my whole life, just sob story. My last name has been butchered. I mean, people called me Medea, Medina. I mean, we can go on and on, but it's in fact Medina.
Well, at least you weren't confused, when you missed first day of school, right? And I was confused for a girl. And it's like, oh, you're Alexis? Oh, I thought it was a girl. Because I missed the first day of school and I missed attendance. So they assumed.
We just took a hard left with that.
Because here in America, Alexis is a girl name. Okay? So just like you had your mishaps with your name, so have I.
See how you made it all about himself?
I did. And I made it very smooth. But either way, welcome to this Now Generation newscast.
I know you guys heard him say good evening, but let's just ignore the sun. It is in fact evening. I don't know why the sun's out.
Global warming. Global warming. That's what it is. So I hope you guys don't even step outside to see what
don't step outside. The sun might be out.
It's hot, so
we can't assure you guys. So
it's global warming. That's the explanation for this right now. So, but yes, thank you for joining us here today, and we have something special again. We have a couple stories, and we're gonna get into some funny videos as well. So stay tuned for that. So the next thing that we're gonna be talking about is this funny video that we're about to bring up.
Yeah, I found it a little funny. Is like you would think people knew who Jesus was and that he died.
Right.
But apparently some people just don't know that he did in fact die. And yeah, we just have this funny video of this guy just
I'm pretty sure he's a new believer because
oh man, is that how it is with new believers? It's just they're
you would think that a lot of people would know about Christian beliefs, like a lot of people. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, but there are just some people who are just oblivious to what really happened.
I wish we get it. You probably didn't.
But that's why we're called to spread the gospel. The truth
in a funny way. It's okay if you don't know that he died, or you don't know that in fact Matthew is in the New Testament.
Yeah.
So.
But it's okay. That's why you have us, and this is why you have your leaders and and your pastors to guide you in this history and workmanship that Jesus has done throughout the years. So let's just hit you off with this video.
So tonight we're diving in right where we left off.
Last week was awesome.
Yeah. We're in Matthew 26, which begins what we all know, Jesus' betrayal and ultimately his death.
Wait, hold on, what?
Jesus dies.
Jesus dies?
We've been talking about this for 2,000 years now.
Wait, like the Jesus, like this Jesus, like my favorite character, Jesus. This guy dies. How does he die?
Pretty common knowledge.
Well, it's not common knowledge for me. I just started season 2.
Season 2? Is he talking about the New Testament?
Well, how does he die? Who betrays him? Who would betray him?
It was one of his disciples.
Don't tell me it was Judas. It was Judas.
30 silver coins. Well, he comes back to life.
He comes back to life? Oh my gosh.
Let's not take his name in vain.
This book is nuts. This is an emotional roller coaster, man. This is better than Jack Reacher. Have you ever read Jack Reacher? It's really good. It's out of the light. You should check it out. It's really good. I'm ready, man. Okay, Matthew. I have an unspoken for later on as well, but that's not important.
All right, Matthew 26, everyone. Like I said, Jesus is just about to die.
That's awesome. I love that video. It's
That's
so fun.
funny.
It's like a type of video where you would just watch just for the giggles. You know?
Like
It's
it's just like, bro, like, and like you have to have like that humor, like 30 silver coins, like just slide in like his worth.
I just don't know how they did it so serious. Like, everybody was just like,
right.
you know, you would think, I don't know. Like, did they not know he was a new believer?
I mean, they probably did, but like he said, it's common knowledge, bro. Like, the dude died, and he was just like, he dies, like, of course, that's how we all have our salvation. But I mean,
My favorite part was the Judas. He's like,
don't tell me it was Judas. And then it was just like, yeah, it was Judas. Mine was the whole, like, I said it many times, the 30 silver coins. Like, he just slides in like Jesus was worth like just 30 silver coins, man. Damn, you know? Which
Whoa.
it just reminds me of the whole, like, you know, I don't know if y'all watched Passion of the Christ, where, you know, he throws the money back to like the king or whatever.
That's a Pharisee, not a king. I think you need Bible study.
You know what?
You definitely need to go back to Bible study.
It wasn't common knowledge, you know?
It was very common knowledge. Jesus' like main enemies were the Pharisees, bro.
I thought it was the Roman people.
Yes, the Roman people, but no. It was mainly the Pharisees who then wanted to go to the Romans to kill Jesus.
Just call me a new believer then. You know, any new believers, you go to Alexis, because apparently he knows it all.
I don't know it all,
knows
but
it
it's
all.
pretty common knowledge.
Oh my God, whatever.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for 2,000 years now.
Don't use that on me. Don't do that. That's not fair.
That's how it is.
Whatever.
I tell it how it is. New believer.
Whatever. Anyway, shoot, I think we have some good news.
Yes, we do. So let's get into that.
So yeah, we read about this like 84-year-old man who and let's run that back. 84-year-old man who was in a hospital due to COVID-19, and he was in the hospital for 75 days. It wasn't a cute little 2 weeks. It wasn't a month.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't 2 months. It was 75 days, and you would think.
How many months is that?
75 days. That is
2 months and a half,
two and a
right?
half, two half in the months. 2 half in the months. It was
half in a month?
It was 2 months and a half.
There we go.
Word
2
vomit.
months.
You know, when I get so excited, you know, just.
Right. So what happened to this guy?
This guy, obviously, just very sick. And he was so sick that he had to be put on a ventilator because his lungs started failing on him. He had to be fed through a feeding tube. So it was like all these things you would think that someone was just like, boom, done for.
Right.
But no, actually, after 75 days, he recovered and he was able to go back to his family. And it's just, you know, just some good light, you know, to shed some good light on this, because, you know, obviously we're still in this. We talked about this last week. Last 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And it ain't going away anytime soon. So it was like, it's good to just shed some good on it.
Yeah, it's better to not dwell on the negative aspect. I mean, yes, we are surrounded by we've been surrounded by sin from the get-go, and a lot of corruption in the spiritual realm, but also has impacted the natural realm, where it's like it's a lot of things that we have to go through, but through that, you know, God shows His glory in the end.
Yeah.
You know, but either way, even if the world is like freaking ending, you know, even though the world is ending, there are things that we can take from that and use it for good. Like we rather look on the positive rather than the negative in this aspect, because yes, a lot of people are dying and that's like horrible, but we have to also look at the people who are surviving too, because survival is like one of the best things that can happen to it. Like if somebody like in your family survived COVID, it's like woo.
Yeah, and then
it's amazing to feel like to know how many people are getting out of it. Even in the beginning they were saying like most of the people that were dying from COVID were old people.
Yeah, and like I said,
look, like he prevailed.
84-year-old man, and who knows like what like other health issues were underlying with him, and boom, he made it out alive. Like I don't know if the guy's Christian, I don't know if he believes in God, but it's like either way, you can't deny the fact that like there's some kind of higher being, which is God himself. But for some people who just don't who don't really either believe in God or who are not really sure about it, there's like a higher being, man, and it's just like it makes you just see that like how good he is, how merciful he is, and how no matter how old you are, no matter how sick you are, no matter how much faith you have, he will always be there. And it also like lets you be grateful, because I'm pretty sure his family members were so grateful that he survived, and there's probably other people, maybe you're watching, you have a friend or a family member who either had it or has it and they made it out alive, and it just prompts you to be more grateful of just the whole situation, of being grateful of having your family member around, being grateful that you're healthy, like if you're watching right now, you haven't got it, you are healthy, and that's just something to be grateful in itself, so.
And and this isn't something, we should always try to look for something better, you know what I mean? Like everybody's just focused on the negative, and that's not what we're trying to do. I mean, even let's just say like even if you do have COVID, these are the moments that you really reflect back on life. Yeah. And it's really important to understand that in the end, God is always going to be faithful, even if these things happen. God in the end is always going to be faithful.
Absolutely.
Like, because he even said that I will not leave you or forsake you. Okay. Which means that maybe you will go and he's not excluding the things that might happen on the way. Let's just say like you get COVID or a family member dies, those are things that happen, and where it leaves you down, and you start to question a lot of things.
Yeah, and you start to become negative, and you start to look at, like, man, like I'm sick, maybe I will die, man, like, But
we got to remember the promises that Jesus left to us, and it is that he will not leave us or forsake us. And if you believe in me, you will be able to reach the Father. Like, you can't go to the Father except through Jesus. So if you're out there and you don't know what's going on, or you don't know what to do in this process, you might not know what to do in this process, but you are going through it. But I'm going to tell you right now that the first thing that you should do is just go to Jesus, honestly.
Pray.
That's where you're going to get your peace.
Yeah, whether you have it or whether your family member has it, just start praying,
Yeah, so, but that's not the only thing that's happened recently, which was, that just happened recently, was the food drive here.
Yeah, speaking of being grateful, like...
We're talking about being grateful today, and honestly, the food drive this weekend, that past weekend actually, that happened, we gave out a lot of food, a lot of water, and there were a lot of people that volunteered, so thank you guys for coming out and helping us out. Because I know that this was a volunteer job. It wasn't something
and yet again, they picked a day where I was at work. I could not even come.
Listen, I'm with you there this time.
Yeah, this time. See, last time he clowned me. He was like, "Oh,
you never hear."
I didn't work.
Yeah.
It's because I was working, but yeah, like that was just. I love when that happens, because you don't know what people are going through, especially like we're talking about all of this, and we don't mean to sound like we're getting on a serious note, and it's okay to be serious at times. Like, we can be funny, we can be great, but it's also good to touch on something serious. And it's like, whether you take it serious or not, like there are people out there, because of what's going on, they're going through unemployment, they don't have money, they can't get to their job, they're sick. So it's like, when you see things like that we're giving back, even if it's just groceries, we're not giving back money, but it's something, and it's so great to see that. It helps the people who are receiving that to be grateful, like wow,
like let's just say that they're not really like spiritual people, they're not really religious or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't consider ourselves religious, but to them we're pretty religious. But The thing is that if they aren't believers and they don't really, go to the church thing, they're not really into church, this could be the moment where it switches for them when it comes to like the community. Because a lot of people are get really affected by a community. Like if the community is like responding to what's going on, the people really do see the people's hearts in the churches, and they're like, wow, like that's great.
Yeah.
So because of what they're doing, I might pass by. There are things that people would do just because the community, the church is willing to give instead of just like staying.
Yeah.
And
then not only that, but like, there's some people who like, they look at a church and they're a little bit like, oh, they're too religious, or oh, last time I went to a church. Like, they had to have like a bad taste in their mouth from churches that were just either overly religious or very judgmental, and then it makes them see that like not all Christians are bad, not all Christians are selfish, not all, so, and we just do it out of the kindness of our heart because that's what Jesus would want. And maybe that's what Jesus is what he's doing. He's answering these people's prayers. These people are praying like, God, I don't have a job, I don't have money, I don't have food, and here we are just like answering their prayers. And that's just something that just
like this
just
is the
makes
moment
us,
that happens where it's like, oh dang, like Jesus actually like
he
answered
came
my
through.
prayer. He came through.
He came in clutch. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you didn't pray, like, God, please send somebody.
It just makes
it doesn't
you
matter because God knows the desires in your heart, and He knows what you need and what you want. So when He's gonna come through, He's gonna come through.
He comes through every time.
So it's good to see that we did something. I mean, they did because I wasn't here. But we as a community, as a church, we came together and we gave food, everything that was needed. So yeah, that's everything we have for today.
I'm glad we can touch on a serious note, like last newscast, we were like joking around, ha ha ha, kiki, you know what I'm saying? But
kiki,
yeah, but that is so like what 2018?
I don't know, but I know people got out of their cars and got in trouble by the cops and were like, hey!
Oh my God!
So yeah, even just because of Kiki, because of Kiki, but also. Another thing that reminded me.
Johnny caught me off guard. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm under arrest? We can't be doing that in this social climate. No siree.
Anyways,
but we're not going to dive into that. Like I said last.
Exactly.
He didn't mean it like that. I hope not.
I didn't. I mean, we're technically.
No.
We're the same.
We're all the same in Jesus' heart.
No, we're the same inside. We're all blood. Red. Anyway, that doesn't even matter. Let's not get into that. What was I going to say? Oh, yes. So you were talking about how a lot of people have bad experiences at church.
Yeah.
And then they like...
they're like a little iffy, or they like, oh, well, last time I went to this church.
So let me tell you something, okay?
Ooh, story time?
Go back to on our YouTube channel, okay? And our last video of last week, we have a video that's kind of like that, where it shows somebody who's a bit like the people that most people wouldn't want to meet at a church. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that person.
Yeah. So if you haven't watched it, if you haven't watched last Friday's live, you can go right back to our channel and watch it and see what we're talking about. Because honestly, that's not how we're supposed to be, and it was fun making, and it was very fun.
It's like a little funny touch on it, but there's still like a message behind it.
It was very exaggerated. So if you have the chance, go back and watch it because that's just something.
Or if you didn't see our last newscast, you can go watch that too.
Correct. So. You can watch all of our stuff right back on our YouTube channel, and that will be in the link description of this one. So if you can just share that.
Yeah.
Just give it a share. But that's everything that we have for today. And I thank you guys for all coming.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Yes. Thanks for just like having an ear, listening to us. And just being the good people that you are. I love you.
You don't have fans like that, but
I do.
Yeah, you do, but they got your name wrong, didn't they?
No, you got my name.
But did they notice? But did they notice? If they were true fans?
If you go on, follow us on IG. If y'all go on that IG, y'all can see in the comments what's up.
if they were your true friends, they would have been like, oh my God, who changed Cassie's name? It's like, change it now. But they didn't.
I know who y'all be. And y'all love y'all. And y'all love me.
Anyways, whatever.
Medina.
Whatever. Just make sure that we are on your YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. And thank you so much for coming with us on this journey. And we'll see you guys next time on NGN News.
Oh my God.
See you guys.